John Motson.
Remember
when John Motson used to always hold his microphone like this when he was commentating? In his sheepskin coat.
You gotta hold it like that, though, don't you? In your lip. Like old Mike. That's your chin, you dumb shit. He's getting.
Oh.
Hello.
No, he's like Kane. He's like Kane. Remember Kane?
So the other day, right? When he first came, he's like, I am Kane. Now he's running for me. Like he's running for me. It was like Chicago or something tough like that.
Hello, can you hear me?
It's like you've probably seen him. There's a bloke on Northumberland Street, right? And he always stands outside of like Eldon Square in like Marks and Spencer's,
right?
Selling the big issue, and he's got the best voice ever. So like when you walk past, you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Is the one that nobody at Haymarket tonight?
I know a big issue, please.
He's always at Haymarket on match day.
I know a big issue, please.
Hello.
He's awful, isn't he?
He's awful. That's not very nice, mate.
I actually said him once, man. Your voice is terrible. and he just said the same thing again. Big issue, and I was like, you don't sell any. You mustn't sell any with that voice.
You shit yourself when you walk past. You don't see him though.
Oh, 100%.
He just pops up. He's always outside.
He's got them all like up his arm as well. The way that he holds him, he's like, big issue. And he's just like, you're the issue, mate.
He's like, remember that little dwarf off that? What was it called? That program.
I don't think you're allowed to call them dwarfs anymore. I think they're called Guardians of the Forest or something.
Small person, little people, small person, midgets, vertically challenged.
Barnsey.
No, it was a television program back in like.
The Borrowers.
It was on like it must be from like the 60s or 70s or something. Back.
Only I Shrunk the Kids.
It was they lived on a desert island or something, and it was a little midget. And he wore like a white tuxedo. And he always used to shout, "Boss, the plane!"
What's he talking about?
Never seen it.
Oh, was he not? Was he called Odd Job? Or was
Land
he
of the Giants.
Odd Job. He's not James Bond. He's not shite.
Goldfinger, yeah.
I'm sure it was the same fella. I'm going to Google.
Oh, he's going to go back on his phone. He's going to ruin it again. This is the fourth time we've tried to record this because Mark keeps on his phone.
Somebody will message you and tell him who it is. But he used to go, "Hey, boss, it's the plane." Love Island. No, it wasn't Love Island.
Love Island.
Love Island.
He's a dwarf in Love Island.
What was it called? Something. I bet it was. I think it was something to do with love and Island. But he used to go, "Boss, the plane."
Right.
On that note.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we.
Fantasy Island.
Oh, he was nowhere near.
Yeah, look him.
Oh, why? He's off James Bond film.
Aye, that's what I'm saying.
It's not our job, but he is off James Bond.
No, but aye.
He's off one of them Roger Moores.
What do you say?
Could be.
He used to go,
Boss, the plane.
try to find it.
I know exactly what he means. He's been on the Bond film.
We don't even find anything.
Was it the Man with the Golden Gun he was in?
I think it was actually. Terrible Bond film, that, by the way. But anyway. I
Right,
can talk about Bond all day if you want.
Shall we talk about football?
Aye.
It's been a while. I'm not sure.
It's been a few weeks on it since we last.
Aye, yeah.
This is why it's taking so long to do the introduction. We're out of practice.
Out of practice. I don't think we're ever good at nailing the introduction. To be fair. Since we last recording, got like a few decent comments on the AT Stone Cold.
I was wrong actually. My favourite Stone Cold moment.
Sorry, you watching.
I don't know why I didn't think of it when. Do you know when WWE and WCW? It was like for the rights and who was going to like.
Is that when it turned shit?
No, it was really good at this point.
When Sting came in and Goldberg.
No.
I watched the film with Goldberg in it the other night.
Anyway,
it wasn't. It was the Flash.
The Flash.
Goldberg was in the Flash.
You watched the Flash?
The Flash is mint.
Wow. Right. So Austin was on WCW's side, right?
Right.
Had a bit of a bar and he went on Raw, then he went to the pub with his lass and he was pissed off basically. And then
Deborah.
WCW raided the ring and just braid all the WWE wrestlers. And then Austin come down and you thought he would be on WCW's side, but he wasn't.
He smashed the place,
didn't he? Done about 108 stunners, gone mental. It was the best. That was my favourite.
At what point did he stun his last?
When he got home.
Later that night.
He's the only white beer.
Give me a hell yeah! And
she didn't do it, and he just went, what? And then he just done it. Just done it. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Wow, honestly.
But that's
one day we'll start, right, and we'll actually, like, just go straight in with the football.
Yeah, just go straight in, yeah. You're right.
And it probably should have been this week, to be fair, after that result.
Pardew got sacked. So we should be happy, that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Yeah, aye.
I wanted them to stay and get relegated.
I'm like... I'm in two minds about Pardew right now.
You'll still see I've never been relegated.
It's fantastic he's being sacked again,
wonderful.
but it's a bit shit how he got sacked before he returned back to St James's Park.
Exactly, bottled it.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Because remember when he got booed when he was our manager? Imagine.
He's done it every time.
Mutual consent.
He's got booed every time, man. Yeah. He's jumped ship because he's bottle job, hasn't he?
Oh, well.
By mutual consent.
Never mind anyway, we've got better issues and bigger issues to talk.
So, Saturday's game. Bank Holiday Weekend Classic.
Classic.
I don't know about that. A classic.
Why, aye? That was an absolute must-win game that for us.
It was, but it wasn't exactly a classic,
It
was
was a classic before kick-off.
Classic what? Classic bag of shite.
Relegation
I
battle, man.
disagree there. Like, a bit harsh, that, I think. Them were back.
Is he start being... No, why he's being negative? Because Billy Perez scored, that's why.
No, he was well, anyway, we'll get there.
Aye, we'll get
He's
there.
going to agree with us, isn't he?
We'll start being happy.
2 barrels in a minute. Like. But anyway, carry on.
So, team, unchanged.
I was really pleased Richie was on, like, because I know I spoke last time and he was like, I'm not too keen on Richie, but I was pleased he was on. So.
No, I'm not. I've never said I'm not keen on him.
No, but remember the last time when I says, was it a Man United game, I think, or you had scored or something, and then you went, but he played shite anyway. And I wanted him to play against Southampton.
Reoccurring
I think he
theme,
scored
that
again, didn't he? Did he score again? I don't know. I think he did against Southampton, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
I?
And then again, he played shite anyway, so it was the same scenario again. But I was pleased he was on.
Bit like Saturday.
We'll get your hatred.
And it was Slimani was on the bench, which was good. I mean, at least he was there.
Oh, right.
Slimani.
Slimani was on the bench.
Slimani.
Islam.
Were you pissed off that he went on international duty though? Because I was like, I couldn't believe it, me.
I don't think I'd ever get pissed off on a player for going on international duty. Like.
For Algeria.
That's it.
He wasn't. He was probably just going to get a bit of extra training and stuff. Bit of warm weather.
In 10 weeks, man. You shouldn't be going anyway.
Of course he has. Did not see him.
So you're not happy? Were you happy with Michael Owen?
See him in.
Well, Michael Owen went all them years ago. Were you like, brilliant, have a good time? Leg snapped.
He wasn't our player then, was he?
Aye, of course he was, man.
No, we signed him while he was away, didn't we?
Bollocks.
I would.
I'd signed him, man.
He
got injured while he was away, but he hadn't kicked the ball for us before then, had he?
By aye, man.
No. We signed him in the summer, and he.
I thought we signed him in summer.
We signed him when he went.
Move on.
It was Euro.
Yeah, man. He scored against Spurs when I was there, man. White Hart Lane, he scored, then he went to the World Cup. Snapped his knee.
Sweden or something, wasn't it?
I didn't know.
Sweden, I was Sweden. Right in the halfway line. Never forget it.
I just remember that
But he
Northern
had
Rock
played for
poster.
us before that. He had scored a few goals, he was alright.
I was
he
too
hadn't
young
played
then.
for a while, and then left.
Is that because he did his knee
And Shepherd was like,
against West Ham?
West Ham.
I just remember that Northern Rock poster where he was wearing his Newcastle kit and he was draping an England flag and he was standing on like a conveyor belt where you get your luggage from and said, bring him home safely or something like that. And got injured. Fucking prick.
I always remember on the front of Pez. Pez like 2.
Pez, them little sweet things in there.
Oh my god.
Top one like that. He used to go like a little.
No, it wasn't that actually, no, it wasn't. Believe it or not, it wasn't that, no. It was Pro Evolution Soccer 2008, I think.
Oh, that's PES.
And he was on the front. I don't think he had there was another sponsor on the front though.
He was in the Martins kid. That's how I remember that kid.
Yeah. Nicky Butt for me actually, funny enough, but yeah.
No.
Nicky Butt.
Wow.
So we're cracking because we're just fucking talking shit here.
You're the one singing about Nicky Butt.
You mentioned him.
Aye, because the shirt reminds us of him.
That shirt should not remind you of Nicky Butt. Have you got a shirt that reminds you of Alan Smith as well?
Actually, it used to be
the
that
yellow one.
because Ashley used to wear that.
The yellow one reminds me of Alan Smith.
Reminds me of Stephen Taylor or Nolan.
Habib Bey.
Custard shirt.
He was Irish, wasn't he?
No.
I thought he
was.
Was he shite?
He was.
Bollocks.
He was.
Was he? You're so fucking mental.
He was.
Are you still pissed off the weekend?
He was a good player.
Yeah, he was good.
And then he fucked off the Villa. And was
And
shit.
then was terrible. Yeah, it was shocking.
He's shit all the way through, man.
Nah, I thought he was good. Good right back.
I bet you thought Debussy was better than did you?
He was.
Was he shite? Debussy was horrendous.
Debussy and Yamat were on the same level for me. Like, I don't think either was an upgrade on
Yamat was
anyone.
better.
Nah, Debussy was better than Jan, but
He was shite, Debussy, man. He was terrible. Tell us what he did. I'll tell you what he was good at from a goal kick. If them had a goal kick, he used to punt it to his end. He'd always win the header. That was it. It's the only thing he could do. Slow as fuck. Terrible on the ball. Couldn't mark.
He's good at having tribal tattoos.
He's good at shank a bye. Probably. That's about it. That's all he's good at.
so would I be.
Oh. Anyway, back to the game. Starting lineup was Arid. Good. Wasn't happy that Perez was on, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
we'll get there.
I thought it would. I didn't think it would be any because obviously Toslu was injured, wasn't he?
Dodgy ankle injury, yeah.
So I
surprising considering you've had so much time off, but it could be training or anything, couldn't it? I guess.
But we've got to remember the stats when Perez is playing. Or better than when he's not playing.
Somebody just made them up.
No, it's fair enough. It's
just
fair.
made them up.
The only thing that annoys us with him, and again, I almost took my socks off to keep counting because he just loses the ball all the time, man. Like, it's time. I mean, there's a woman behind me, mind you, who was, saying things that shouldn't be allowed to be said, like horrendous, and I was like cringing.
Sound a bit like Mark.
I was like, how are you? Like, you're going way over the top here, like, but
no, he was shocking.
He was shocking. He was shocking. I agree. I can't remember him.
To be fair,
finding a shirt or dribbling past a player or anything.
Albeit he scored the winning goal, but he shouldn't have been on the pitch at that point because he was terrible, absolutely terrible. The amount of dribbles where he tried to take players on and he just ran straight into them, or he lost his ball, fell over. He's just so powder puff.
Oh, he's horrendous. But did you see what apparently Rafa had said to him? Because I had seen on Twitter that he had said that something like Rafa,
you can't defend him.
No, he was shite. But Rafa said to him, like, I don't care how many times you lose the ball, because I think, as you touch it once and you score, that's all I care about.
Rafa said, I don't want you coming deep to win the ball. He said, I don't want you touching the ball unless it's a shot or something.
Sometimes I wish he didn't, to be honest. Because every time he gets it... I don't mean that awfully, but... I honestly...
There's no good way of saying that. Right, I don't mean that awfully. I mean it really nicely.
We'll start from the beginning, right? I know these things are a shit game, right? I thought we bossed that. Like,
first off, that's a good idea. Let's go all the way back to kick-off. Instead of getting ahead of ourselves and slating Perez. You just fucking can't wait, you too.
No, it was just because we were talking about the lineup, and you said, and my opinion was I was just annoyed that not annoyed, but I was disappointed he was in it.
Who would you prefer there?
10 men would have done. I'm joking. No, fair comment.
He had to start because there wasn't any other option, really, was there?
I don't see a problem in him starting because when he's
I don't know. He's just frustrated. That's all, man.
We're not losing games.
No, but fair enough. I am wrong. Fair enough. We're not losing games, you're right. We're not.
I'm going to check them stats because I'm sure it's just somebody making it up.
You're going to check them, are you?
I am.
You're going to sit for a few days and check the stats, are you? Right.
I think it's bollocks.
So, we're starting the game really well.
Oh, excellent.
Which, I mean, it was tough playing them because they just literally had 2 banks of 4.
It was absolutely dreadful to watch. If a neutral was watching that, they were probably thinking, what the hell is this? 2 teams where it's such an important game, and there was only one that wanted to win that game.
I was going to say...
We were trying.
I thought you were trying to say we were shit there.
Oh, no. There was only one team that wanted to win that game.
The only thing for me is they were just sitting off and saying, right, come and try and break with them.
It reminded us, not as good as this, but it reminded me of Man City when they played us. Like, we just... Even Lascelles was, like, in their half just having the ball, and I was just like, this is really weird. Like, it was weird. It was just... I've never seen us have that much ball, sorry, ever. Like, we were just passing it around. I liked it how we were being patient. And I know a lot of fans behind me weren't happy with that, but for me, you've got to be patient.
To be fair, though, I think, we were being patient, but that's because we couldn't create anything. Because we didn't have anybody that could pick a pass and try and break it and unlock them. So that's why they were happy just to sit there and allow us to kind of
but you see that, but we had a lot of chances in the first half. Like.
You're saying that about picking a pass, but I thought that was one of Shelby's better games.
He was fantastic.
He was really, really good.
Most of them were balls over the top, in behind and stuff like that. There wasn't any, little
that ball
passed in between defenders and stuff. That was
quick up here.
Quick. But to be honest, he tries to do that quite often, but generally the referee pulls it back, doesn't let him get away with it.
I thought every time Shelby got it, you could tell there was I thought Diarmi was very, very good again. I think he's been excellent, but I think Shelby, I don't know, he is the one in here that can just, even if it's just a ball out wide, it just has a bit of fizz on it to try and create a move. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just
it's just for me, it's always got to be a medium or a long range pass. It can't be just something clever.
Well, maybe.
I would say you would probably want Marino there for them little tight niggly passes, don't you?
Yeah.
And obviously you want Shelby.
And that's what I'm saying, like that, because of the way that they were playing, we needed something different to try and unlock it.
I actually, to be honest, wanted to run at them a little bit more, rather than excuse me, like just pass, which is fine. Don't get us wrong. I enjoyed that we were patient, but it would have been nice because I thought Kennedy was very poor. To be honest, I thought Kennedy was his worst game, which is fine. You have bad games, not a problem. But I was expecting him maybe to take it and run at them a little bit more.
Well, what I found strange was that, talk about them having them 2 banks of 4, but every time we had their ball, their 2 wide players tucked in really, really narrow. So they had 2 banks of 4, but they were narrow. So there was always loads of space on the touchline. And I was like, right, why aren't we attacking that space?
Well, I thought personally Yedlin had so much of the ball the first 10 minutes and done nothing with it at any point in the game. And then because Lascelles kept giving him it and he had all the time in the world.
Yeah. Because they were sitting back and were tight.
Just going back to Lascelles again. He gets it, has a look at now there. Because I kept seeing it's coming back.
But that's the thing where there's not that intelligence to try and unlock them. They didn't know. They couldn't pick a pass to try and actually break them down and get in behind. And that's why it was, as you say, patient, but it was because it was going left and right, which again is maybe a little bit, there wasn't any real movement happening up front to try and actually find a bit of space for passes.
I'm going to give Perez some credit here, actually, because especially the first 20 minutes, I was watching Perez and he never stopped in regards to trying to find space. There was a few times we didn't give him it. There was then a few times when we did give him it and he just lost it or whatever, you know what I mean? But I think it is tough, though.
Mitrovic has scored again.
Also
a meat roll.
I think I forgot what I was going to say now, actually. Was it with Perez?
Perez, space.
No, so it's just difficult, isn't it, when you... Well, look, Man City found it difficult against us when we just sat back. Yeah. I mean, and we ain't Man City, like, you know what I mean? I think it's tough for any team to try and break a team down when they're just defending like that. And then them come with no aspirations to trying to win that game. They had the big lad up front who I actually thought was a handful throughout. I don't know his name, but he was massive, I thought.
Do you not think...
He was massive, but he was shite.
No, half of their team was giants.
He was the only one I thought that, look, any trouble in regards to being able to actually hold the ball. The rest of them were just utter shit. All of them, I thought.
He had a thankless task though, because even when he was holding the ball up, there was nobody within a mile of him.
I feel like that sometimes for Gale, but Gale's the size of that pint glass, where he's just got no hope at all in the game. You know, there's no one within 10 yards of him. But I thought
bit like him in front of goal on Saturday as well.
I thought Lejeune in the first half was really trying his best to try and keep the pace of the passing up and stuff, because he's very comfortable on the ball rather than himself. I thought Lejeune was good, and I thought Gale's movement was good, but he just couldn't finish, unfortunately. Like, I thought he definitely should have scored the one for sure.
At least 3-4 good chances, didn't he?
There was
one at the Gallagher end where he fired it over the top of the bar.
There was a couple, mate. There was one where oh no, that was Richie actually. I think Richie shot and he could have left it for Gale. They were both running, but from different angles.
Oh yes, Richie done really well to get in there, didn't he?
But Gale's angle was better than what Richie's was. I
was actually wanting Richie to hit it personally.
Of course you would. Like Richie, he got that position, so he was obviously going to hit it.
The Shelby one with that quick free kick, his first touch was unbelievable.
Yeah, great.
And I was thinking go around him, but he chipped him, which was equally fine. But again,
even if that chip was on target, I don't think it was making the back of the goal. Like,
nah,
do you not
the two defenders were there.
The defender was.
I think it was.
Defender shepherded it out.
Again, it's tough though, isn't it, at that level where you know you try to get judged on goals at the end of the day.
You would think though, if you're getting 3 chances,
you're expecting
very
try to. I mean, like I said, that one he blazed over.
Yeah, that was again.
The overhead kick was clever. That he was unlucky with that.
Yeah, you can't blame for that.
There was one, I think it might have been Richie that shot as well, and he stuck a boot out and just tried to divert it in.
That was Shelby's shot.
It was a Shelby shot.
Yeah.
Was that one? It just went wide.
Just Richie tried to get his foot in it.
Yeah, there was.
Not Richie, I think it was Gale tried to get his foot in it.
Gale touched it.
There was a few chances, wasn't it? When I think
even start the second half, he had
I was just gutted at half time. I was gutted we hadn't scored, and you know when you have that feeling like shit.
That's what I was thinking.
But I look at him just before half time, and I was going, we need to score here, because we've seen it so many times where we have that much possession and we bat our teams. Second half comes, first few minutes we concede.
But to be fair, they didn't even, because expecting that for them. Right, we've got through the first half, we've settled. We'll give it a go now, but they didn't. They didn't even. It wasn't until they went 1-0 down that they actually realised, hold on, we've actually got to try and start creating something now.
Their fans must have been disappointed, bitterly disappointed in that. In a game that I've said that was a crucial game, whoever won that was taking that step to
the problem is
almost
the last
safety.
They haven't scored in the last.
It's ridiculous
6,
how many games haven't
something
scored.
Like that, so
well, you're not going to score if you play like that.
No.
If that's your tactic of setting
if
up.
you can't get the ball into the half, you're not scoring goals.
You're not.
I don't think that's normally, because who was it? They played somebody the other week and they absolutely battered them. Swansea. That was a Swansea, and then they got beat.
Yeah. Well, they're doing now.
So that's.
I get what you're saying, though. Well, they were a bit of a different beast at home. In fairness to them, I mean, someone might think I'm wrong, but I'm sure at home they're a little bit more attack-minded at home, rather than away. I think away.
From what I've seen of them, they play some good football and stuff like that. But just
it was funny after the game. I was like, it's funny how when you think of a game like this season, and I remember playing them away. Well, remember I had the high feet and all that. Remember it was
first game of the season.
No, it was the second. Because my first game was at home, which we lost against Spurs, and then the second was Huddersfield away, which we lost again. Right. But anyway, I always remember Jimmy Redknapp was on the sideline in that game before the game, and he says, "Oh, I just feel like Huddersfield have got more about them, and they've spent a lot in the summer, and the fans seem really like up for it, and it just pisses us off." And I think of it now when you think like we're now. Well, would you say safe? Probably.
To be fair, we said that at the time though that they're coming up with zero expectations. They're coming up just to have a good time. They can play relaxed football and just enjoy it. The fans can just enjoy it, but it's carrying that on for that full season. And this is what we knew would happen with them, because it happens all the time. The longer the season goes on and on and on, that's when the results start dropping away.
Well, you could definitely say that on Saturday. They look a team that just seems a bit not down tools is the wrong word, but they do seem a bit lost of ideas, don't they? They just looked shit, I thought, like, to be honest. Whereas us, we actually seem to be getting better as the season's going on.
We're finishing the season quite well, like,
we are,
as a like,
well, you look
so
at,
far, and Rafa's got history of finishing seasons well, like.
You look at now when you obviously we've played all of those down the bottom. We've still got West Brom to play, but when you look at our results against those that are in and around us down there, compared to the rest of them that are down there, we're head and shoulders above them.
Mark Douglas tweeted, didn't he? He's mint with his stats and that like that, but he tweeted something of like the bottom 10 teams that I think we've beat all of them, or something daft like that. It was really amazing record, like, which I think before the season starts, you always say, don't you, just beat who's around you and you'll be fine, type of thing. If you beat the odd team in the top 6 or 7, then happy days. But like, as long as it goes
back to what Rafa said at the start of the season, was that you've got to concentrate on where, you know, the teams that are going to be in and around you, and that's what we've done. And you know, people slated them for some of the performances against some of the top, like that Man City game that we're talking about. But that is a massive, you know, keeping that score down and stuff like that. Look what it does to a goal difference. It's
only -9. I was saying by far the best goal
difference. Our goal difference now in that bottom half of the table.
It just shows.
Is it -9 one?
-9. I think, and you've got like West Brom -36 or something ridiculous. Like, there's some crazy goal differences down there. Like, we haven't even hit double figures yet, so it's fantastic.
You go back there.
I reckon that'll be our best goal record. I'm not saying, well, you know, not ever, but certainly for
a while.
Years. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, probably since we finished 5th.
And I think, you know, even if you look at like Liverpool away, even though I was a little bit disappointed with the performance, you've only getting a 2-0 beating where maybe the old Newcastle could have been 5 or 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you look at you look at the following week, and the Liverpool are unstoppable, and like, and they keep on down from strength to strength. We've done well. I know we've got slayed throughout for the defensive displays, like, but when you're at the bottom of the league, or nigh on fighting relegation, you need to look at them games.
We are tight and organised, aren't we? Like, really are.
He's done what Rafa has done what he said he would do and what we would do. He's had this game plan the whole season, and he's played it out.
And the players as well. I mean, you can have a manager who is incredibly switched on and knows tactical and knows what to do, but you've also got to have the players that can deliver as well. I mean, I still say Dummett went from strength to strength under him. He's again was mint on Saturday, man. And Dion,
we sat here last season and said every one of us, we need a left back.
I always thought he gets a hard time. I've always said that, but you keep thinking, don't you, to push on, you've got to have this wonderful attacking minded left fullback, haven't you? I don't know, it just is what it is. Maybe it's a modern game. But
Saturday he actually was getting forward.
Yeah, well, maybe, but
he didn't really have an option to sit back at left back, because what's he going to do? Just sit there all game? He had to get forward, get the ball.
Our whole back four was in their half a long period of time.
Did you see his little Brazilian flick as well?
I did actually.
Down in the corner, Paul came over and he like bounced and he kind of flicked it over his head, turned away from their strike and just strode around with the ball. It was
Diarmi did that. It was against Pritchard or someone in the midfield. Diarmi did it where he just dead casual took it and just flicked it over someone's head and ran round and right, like, almost on the edge of our box. That was pretty quality, that, like. Nice.
What do you think of the referee?
Absolute shambles.
Terrible.
Shite.
That Lascelles booking in the first.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Dreadful.
He booked him for kicking the ball away, didn't he? It wasn't the challenge itself.
No, it was kicking the ball away.
But he didn't kick the ball. He still thought he was playing, wasn't he? And he was just trying to win the next ball. It was absolutely ridiculous.
He was just constantly
stopping. Do you think he got booked because one of their players got booked just moments before?
Oh, it was, yeah.
But then there was umpteen tackles after that and things happening that, He never
And
batted an
Huddersfield
eyelid.
a few times batted the ball away, and the referee just ignored it.
I said exactly that there was a few things that he
They were
chose.
wasting time from the first minute.
He chose some things he wanted to see and he chose not to see
Yeah.
others. He just picked and chose his moments. Like,
It's no shock that there's no British referees going to the World Cup, is it?
no. Did you see? I don't watch Saturday AM anymore, right? But I don't know if any of you seen the video that was good. They do like a mock-up of Sky Sports News, and then the yellow ticker bar at the bottom, and it had like I don't know the exact quote, but it said something like Premier League officials obviously not going to the World Cup. They're all planning a trip to Magaluf, and it had like, I don't know who it was, one of the referees had like quotes from him saying, "Oh, the lads can't wait for some time off to start necking tequilas in BCM." It was just so funny. Like,
That'd be the worst lads holiday ever, wouldn't it? Fucking hell.
but I mean, you're probably right though in regards to them not.
Jeff
going.
Winter would be the only referee that I would go on holiday with.
Sometimes though, honestly, at home,
Maybe it's Clattenburg. He's a Geordie.
aye, maybe.
I've seen his tattoo, man.
What's he got?
The cringiest thing ever.
What's he got?
He's got all the finals that he's refereed in, like tattooed on him.
Oh shit!
So I suppose it's like when an Olympic athletes go to the Olympics to get the 5 rings tattooed on them. It's
But he's a referee, mate. He didn't win it.
His
He was a
achievements.
referee.
Yeah,
that's a
that
big
is
achievement for him for his.
No,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
it's cringe, isn't it?
It is though, but it's.
You get like he gets like some form of medal, didn't he, for being official? He didn't even get
What
a
about
tattoo on you.
your tattoo when you delivered 300 parcels in one day? You're pretty proud of that.
Got a symbol of every single thing I delivered.
They're probably not selling them because they've got VAR, and they're probably thinking we've seen enough British howlers with the use of VAR, so fuck them, they're not coming.
There's been worse than that, though. Well,
All British related from what I've seen. I've seen their problems in other countries.
I think France had a
been
massive
loads.
issue with it though.
Have they?
Huge issue.
Aye. Was
The
it
worst
Adam
one
I
was
think
one about,
goal got given. Goal got given. It shouldn't have been anywhere near given in
Really?
that. But actually, it went to VAR, and they looked at it and still gave it.
That's the problem, isn't it? When that happens, like NFL, that never happens in NFL. You know, NFL's fucking spot on with it. but-
they've had it for like 25 years or something, haven't they?
I think the problem you have with all that system is that bottom line it still comes down to someone's opinion, doesn't it? So even if he's looking at it, like,
panel,
look at
innit?
that England game the other day I watched, like, why the fuck's that even being reviewed? And then he gives a penalty, and it's never a penalty in a million years.
Question to ask is why the hell were you watching it?
Oh, I put it on. I actually thought we weren't too bad, but again, everyone just loves to hear us. So.
It's one of them. The England game, if it's on the telly, I'll put it on. But I never watch it. It's on.
It's on,
I'm
half
not
watch
watching
it.
I
it.
wasn't sitting there with my face painted and that, like loving life. I had it on.
No.
Vanilla kisses and that. No, none of that. Like I had it on. Do you know what I mean?
You got the
Football, innit?
three Lion soundtrack on in the back.
I only do that when I get to the World.
invite a Terry Butcher round.
But nah, you know what I mean. But I put it on sometimes. I didn't watch the other game the week before, whatever it was like. But I didn't know, like it's just the national team. Just I understand why people don't like them. Don't get us wrong. But
Bores me senseless.
they're still kind of teeing out right though. Kind of. Like, they haven't conceded a goal and they've played like.
Speaking of the
every
national
team
team,
I've
we
watched.
haven't spoken about Lascelles not making it.
Well, that was a joke, really, wasn't it?
Or Shelby for that
And then,
matter.
and then didn't they play a bloody? They played at
Fucking Joe Gomez, man.
a left. Was it left back at centre half or
Yeah.
a centre half at left back
Aye.
or something like
Well,
that? One of the
Left
two.
back or centre half, I think.
I'm going to be honest here as to why I think he hasn't gone. Is if you notice, if you've been watching them, obviously, they play 5 at the back, but they really are trying to play from the back big time. In fairness, Lascelles can't do that. He can't. He really can't. He just can't.
He
Like,
never can bloody Tarkowski. He plays for friggin' Burnley.
well, it doesn't mean because you play for Burnley, you can't play football, is it?
Well.
I
Have you
agree.
seen Burnley play?
I did once. I told him.
There's people saying now, he might still make the team, but to make the team now it means he's not going to be playing any friendlies up until
Yeah.
the World
No.
Cup.
Well, to
I
be
do
fair, I
believe he
thought it was
should
a
be
very
there.
experimental team anyway.
I do believe he should be there. I just think the reason why he's not there is because he's not going the ball.
But it's normally
I'm glad he wasn't there.
the
to be
last
honest.
friendly before you go to a tournament is normally the team that you take.
Well, that's
You
what
don't
I
like
mean.
experiment the game before.
But
do
he
you?
was.
How the hell's Joe
You
Gomez?
cannot tell me
Maybe
that
with the
team,
starting 11,
that team
but-
that he picked will be playing in the World Cup. Not a
think
chance
that
in
is the
hell.
team that'll go.
Not a chance in
Well,
hell.
apart from Kane will be in there.
Nah.
Eh? Kane won't be in it.
No, that team will be nothing like that.
Oh, right.
come the
What do you
World
mean, the
Cup.
starting 11 or the squad?
The team that he put out, aye?
Yeah, starting 11.
Pretty much, and
Yeah.
even his subs.
I think the squad will be the same, though.
Well, Joe Gomez won't be there because he's injured now, isn't he? So.
It was very, very
But seeing him
experimental.
start centre half over Lascelles, even Lascelles is probably scratching his head thinking, what the hell? But I said before, I'm a little bit selfish, and I've seen some people on Twitter, and I didn't agree with this, but I didn't want him to go.
No, I
just
was-
to be selfish.
I'd
Other
rather
people
he
go,
wasn't.
that's a joke, you should want him to achieve and play for England, because then he'll think playing for Newcastle isn't a block on the national career, which I guess
that is a way of looking at it.
You know, you can look at that argument and think, fair enough, like, but I was just being selfish for the next 3 or 4 months, just, you know, to keep us safe and all the rest of it, and, you know,
focus on the job in hand.
Right, shall we go back to the Huddersfield game?
Sorry,
and wrap that up.
Sorry.
The goal.
Yes, we can get in the second half now.
So let's talk about the goal.
The second half was diabolical.
It wasn't diabolical.
I think we stepped off the pace in the second half. I think that's what the problem was. The Huddersfield didn't do anything different apart from we stepped off the pace.
The second half matched the weather. It was
awful, like, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awful.
How freezing was it?
I was surprised Perez came back good.
It was freezing.
Honestly, I thought if he hasn't got leggings on, he can come back on.
Leggings.
You had them on before. But
I bet he had a onesie on underneath his
I thought
strip.
Kennedy again was frustrating at times that he was trying to do a little bit too much, I think, to try and get involved in the game, which then he ended up just losing it anyway.
Well, I mean, I said then that literally the Kennedy and Perez, who were obviously both involved in the goal, at that point for me shouldn't have been on the pitch. With the substitutions that were coming on, I fully expected Perez to go off.
I did.
And Kennedy to go off when it was Atsu and
I said that at the time as well.
Slimani that came on, wasn't it?
Then I thought, actually, Richie's been injured, hasn't he? Because he didn't go international.
Aye, but he done well. He played well.
I agree.
He came back, didn't he?
I agree. I thought he played really well.
Didn't.
Richie. But I also thought
you could see Richie was pissed off when he went off as well, because he was having a good game.
I don't blame him. But
having a good game.
Kennedy, I don't know, because I think with having him on loan from Chelsea, I don't know if there's something in there that means he has to play, like, because I'm surprised he didn't come off. I think if that had been, if that was Atsu, let's just say that was Atsu, and 70 minutes in, he's getting hauled up.
No, I wouldn't have thought there'd be someone to say that he's got to play X amount of games. Because his first 3 games he was subbed off quite early, wasn't he?
I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's something in his contract in regards to that he has to stay on the pitch longer than 70 minutes or something. But all I'm saying is I just feel if that was Atsu, he would have come off.
Yeah, I guess it's just you look at him and you think, well, he probably is capable to have just a glimmer, a moment of genius. So,
but then I agree. But you say scored against United.
You say that, like, but I mean, I think he was very unselfish with what he did for the goal. But what made the goal? I mean, it was a good team move yet again to get through. Great pass out to Yedlin, wasn't it? Initially,
Atsu crossed it in,
and then Atsu got in behind, and the pivotal moment for me was then Slimani
took 2 defenders away.
Just drifted from as soon as that ball went out there. He only had one intention in his mind, and that was to get the back stick. And he went over there. He took 2 defenders with him, and even the keeper drifted to the back post. And obviously Atsu put that ball over, and he took the 2 defenders and the keeper out of that game. And you could say, fortunately, the ball dropped to Kennedy, and you probably expected him, certainly others, if it had fell to them.
It looked like he was lining it up for the shot.
To line it up and shoot, but he had the presence of mind to see that Perez was nigh on us, stand there unmarked, 6 yards out, rolled it across, and it was a good finish. But as I say, I don't believe those 2 should have been on the pitch at that point. But I was bloody glad that they
still were.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I was pleased to see we have a few more numbers in the box, like Kennedy coming in from left wing, being in the middle, Perez being in there, Slimani, as you've mentioned. Because a lot of the times I see we put crosses in the box and we just ain't got anybody.
What do you think of Slimani when he came on?
I thought he played well, actually.
Yeah.
I thought the first 5 or 10 minutes he couldn't touch the ball, but that wasn't his fault.
He played better than what I was expecting.
Well, for me,
he was good.
It was weird watching him because he was the spitting double of Mitrovic.
I thought as well.
You were like looking at him and you going, his build, his frame, like from it's like that's Mitrovic up there, but his movement was far better.
His movement was
fantastic. He was all over, and the key thing, although yes, he was bringing the ball down, controlling it well on his chest, he had one thought in his mind once he got that ball under control, was turn and go at the goal.
Yeah. Right.
He would get it and he was right straight away front foot. I'm attacking. Whereas Mitrovic, he would win the ball, but he'd be looking to pass the ball back or to the side. He wanted to take it on himself.
Yeah, I thought he played really well. Not really well. Really well would be.
Well, he just gave he gave everybody a lift. The crowd, the crowd,
I agree,
rose up to it, and just in that short space of time, he made a difference. We wouldn't have scored that goal if he hadn't been on the pitch.
Probably not.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably not. No. I thought he was good. Yeah, I didn't.
I think that's why Atsu came on as well was because he was getting late on. Obviously, give him a bit of space down the side. Give him his legs, and he'll get down there.
I was pleased he came on.
His first cross that he put in was fucking terrible. He just literally lamped it and went out to play the other side. Atsu.
I thought Atsu, apart from that cross, I thought he was quite poor when he came on. Like,
I think I think it's hard sometimes for when they come on with like, what was it, like 12-13 minutes to go. It's hard sometimes to, because I don't know, you do have this expectancy. I did every time Atsu got the ball. I thought, right, just go on. As if it's that easy. As if it's that easy just to just go past fullback. People used to do that, and Isaac going to slag.
But with the pace that he's got,
it's the same though. Every time Overton got the ball, no matter if it was the first minute or the 90th minute, people just expected him to get it and just take everyone on. I don't know why that happens in people's minds, but. And every time
it's the pace.
Pace is
that's what you want is just knock the ball, knock the ball behind the full back and run.
Being a winger,
he's gonna beat.
Do you think it's that easy? Do you honestly think?
But it is.
But he'd be playing every week if it was that easy.
The thing is, right, a winger.
No, but you can't do that constantly for 90 minutes. Is what?
I mean. I agree, but
when you've got 10 minutes of the game left, you've got that space in behind with the pace that he's got. There's no fullback keeping up. If he just puts it down the line, he's going to fly.
But I don't think wingers can win either way, because if they don't attack a player, we'll slag them off and say they're not attacking it, like Richie. But if they do try it and lose the ball, now on every time they try it, we'll go, well, he's going to lose the ball anyway, like what Overton used to do. So I think wingers have got a difficult job. Like,
dribble it into the fullback, wouldn't he?
Wingers will only ever. Quite Perez,
fans will only get on wingers' side is if the ball's played like through to them while they're already making the run. Yeah. So it's the first time cross coming in.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a horrible job as a winger. Like, I wouldn't want to do it.
Unless you're rapid pace-wise, which Atsu is, to be able to do that.
Isn't he? Yedlin, I'm probably a bit of a critic here, where I think, go on, son, just get on him. Just go on. Like, I really, you know what I mean? You feel as if he could. But then again, there's sometimes when they do lose the ball, and as Kris is saying, you'll get people go, fuck, I should have just passed it. You know what I mean? They cannot win sometimes.
They cannot. They cannot wingers. It's probably, it's such a hard role to like perfect, because there's always going to be someone that's going to be pissed off with you.
And there's loads of times as well when you'll hear people get it in the middle, get a crossing, get the ball in. The cross in, the keeper takes it. Why did you cross it?
I know.
Yeah, like, for Christ's sake, man. You know what I mean? It's a difficult one to do that. If the cross isn't to someone's end, it's a goal. There's no point in doing it. Almost like it's.
Well, half the time there's nobody in the box, is there?
Well, no, that's what getting back to the point I said. I mean, certainly in Apogee, I used to find that a lot. You know, in McLaren, there was never enough bodies in the box. I don't know if that was just belief of the players or something, or they were told not to get in the box. But I think it is nice to see we put a ball in. And how many times have I said this comment? I love it if a left winger crosses it and the right winger is filling in the back post, and vice versa. And Kennedy does that all the time. Yeah. All the time, if we cross the ball, he will be at the back post.
He's very attack-minded, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But you can see he's not scared of putting the shift in either, is he? You know, he does come back, he does try.
But to be fair, if you notice, Rafa talks to him a lot during the day, and is always telling him where to be. He's always saying, "Come over, push up," and stuff like that. So
Rafa was really active actually in that game a lot of the times, especially the second half. Probably because the second half wasn't going as well as we were expected. He was constantly.
He was always trying to organise them and stuff like that. And I mean, like, as the second half went on, they obviously made a few substitutions. And every one that they brought on was huge.
Oh, they were a big side.
Had a big side, but they never really utilised it.
The only chance they had that I remember was in the second half. No,
one of was Lee's that I remember, and it looked like it was just a tap in. If it's the same one I'm thinking of.
Well, it was towards the Gallagher for me, and the lad planted a header, and it seemed to hit somebody's back, and it just stopped from the 3-yard line for about felt like 5 minutes. And Lascelles was swiping at nothing, and then eventually, I think we got it. Yeah. Even my keeper couldn't come and get it.
There's another one in the Gallagher where they had a shot, and they were in the box, like, and it went canny distance towards the corner flag. Like, they never really. No, I can't even think a save that he made. The keeper.
Another thing which is funny, isn't it? That like.
I thought Moy was poor, which is
he was shy.
He controlled it last time we played him as well.
He did. Shelby did, you know, his job. If that makes sense. Shelby was well, again, though, I still think Diarmi, you know, is becoming almost the perfect soil for him. Unreal. Like Diarmi does that job now, doesn't he?
Now it is.
Broke everything up.
I wish Lascelles would come in my house and just give me a fucking smack around the face just to get my fucking shit in it. Like, honestly, how shy was Diarmi before he got cracked?
He wasn't shite.
No,
He was nowhere near as good as what he is now.
He definitely got too much grief, but he wasn't what he is now, was he?
Spurs are about bid 50 million for him, man.
But that's the. But the problem is it's what we've talked about, that anything that he did, if it didn't come off 100%, the crowd was straight on his back.
Aye. The cheered him off at one point.
He was constantly playing with a load of shit going on in his ear. Whereas now, actually, people are getting behind. I mean, they're singing his name. You know,
the amount of times I say, in a game I say, get in more. Honestly, it seems to be personally about 100 times a game. Yeah. Get in more. Well done, more. It's constantly that all the time. It's testament to him for kind of getting on with it.
Listen, I've always banged his drum because I've always seen a player in him. And I've done it in tune.
Get a drum back.
I didn't like him playing the number 10 role because that's where he played an awful lot when he first joined. And I just think he's not good enough for them.
But even when he was playing there, he wasn't getting a run of games. He was in and out of the team that.
I've said that a few
he was in one game, Perez was in another. He'd be in for 2 games.
You're
then
not
Perez
getting
would come
any
in.
chemistry or anything.
Rafa doesn't seem to be rotating his team as much as what he used to.
I think it's because we're not playing as many games.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of layoffs.
And I was shocked with that team because I said before kickoff, before we knew the team news, is that Rafa likes to start the team he's worked with a week before. Yeah. And there was a lot of players away in national duty. Like Yedlin was away. Like Marino was away. There was. So I thought Manquillo was going to return there at right back, and I thought,
nice.
Because how many times has Yedlin been away? And Manquillo started the next game.
I cannot see him coming into.
Well, I didn't want him to.
I think it's. I understand what you're saying. I just think he always says, like in the programs and that, he always says that they assess them, and if they're not 100%, then they don't play. So I think it's
especially with the likes of Yedlin and Mbemba, like travelling long distances every time they go away.
It's a fair whack, isn't it?
They're not just going to Europe, although they're gone. The other side of the world.
Yeah. But I think that you more or less for that game, you're looking at probably your best team on paper, aren't you? That's what you would probably have.
Yeah.
And other than Kennedy, the goalkeeper as well. Like it's your championship team, isn't it? It's the same team that you played in the championship, almost. Do you know what I mean? It's very similar, isn't it? You know what I mean?
What do you think of those two signings then? Dubravak and
he's been
Kennedy.
Keeper's been unreal.
He's excellent, that keeper.
I think those two have changed the whole output of the team. Them two players.
Kennedy's he is a different class. Mm-hmm. He's that bit of quality that we haven't got. Even though even though when he's having a poor game, he still has moments within that where he creates something.
He's got an assist, hasn't he, on Saturday when actually he played poor. So
the thing I like about Kennedy is the fact that he's
to be fair, it was probably a lot to do with the weather because it was bolting and he was a bloody Brazilian. It was horrible.
He's a young lad, right? Another one that's at Chelsea. He could have sat there and picked up his wage and done fuck all about it. Well, but the fact he's came to a relegation candidate in the Premier League and known for fine well he's going to have to graft his arse off. And he's done it, and he could have just sat and picked his paycheck up.
But it came out again this week that he would be happy to stay.
That's
he would like to stay next season.
That's good noise.
Rafa wants him. He would be happy to stay. Then,
but he almost
that's
came.
What you want to hear.
The last window before this one.
Well, this is the third time.
Rafa's try to get him.
We'll try to get him.
So he's
finally
clearly
got the third attempt.
Happy to come all of them times before that. So, but no.
Well, it was all done and dusted in the summer. But then Conte put a kibosh on it, didn't he?
Get a name. I can't pronounce his name. What's he called?
Dubravka.
That is a steal. We'll say it every time, and it's a steal.
It's because it just came from nowhere. It's not anybody you've ever heard of in your life. There's nobody can say that.
You do find it weird though that another team hasn't chanced in on him. Like all the Premier League.
But to be fair, he's
probably even starting for
the team.
He's 29-year-old. So it's not as if he's
coming into his prime, man.
It's no for a keeper.
Coming into his prime.
No for a keeper.
It isn't. But when you get into that stage of if you're age, you're not expecting a.
You would have thought you would have been picked up by a big club so far.
Well, I don't know about big. I don't know, but
that's successful.
Let's say
in a league.
I do actually. And for me,
check us back, yeah.
Exactly.
There's only one club there, but no. I look. You hear him shouting all the time, can't you? Like that, they had a throw-in man, Huddersfield, where I was sitting, and I could hear him just absolutely bawling out there,
an organiser, isn't he?
All the time, and that's what you need, I think.
Well, that's what Rafa said he needed and wanted was somebody, a senior.
And I mean, on Saturday, he never made a save, did he? Never made a save.
I can't remember him touching the ball.
Not one save.
Did he not come out and claim a corner? And that was
I
about
don't
it.
even think he did that. Honestly, I don't even think he did that. There was no.
I'm sure they had a corner.
I think he had more chance of winning a corner for us at their side than what he was getting one for us.
Which is class, like. I mean, I'm pleased to say that because bearing in mind, have to remember the last 2 games have been so important. Like, go months back now, you keep going, them 2 games will be the ones. Everyone knew Southampton in there were the games, and we've won both, which is just fun.
So that result there, do you think that's safety now?
I do.
I said straight after the game, I think that's for safety.
I
It
still
felt
think,
like that in the ground.
I told you to delete your tweets.
I still think we need one more. I'll be honest, I don't think we could lose from now until the end and still stay up. But I do think it's enough in regards to, because we will pick up the odd point here or
We'll
beat
be
West Brom, for
West
example.
Brom. When that goal went in,
Chelsea last game of the season because they've got now to play for.
yeah, and that's what I said today at work. I went, the thing with playing Chelsea last game of the season, nearly every single one of their players will be going to the World Cup. They're not going to be getting
You'll have a Spurs, if it required it, you'd have another Spurs game that time. You know, you'd have the whole atmosphere would because we need to win obviously, and I think we'll do it. But I don't think we'll even get to that stage. I think it'll be almost a party because we've stayed up, if that makes sense. Like, it'll be a nice atmosphere.
It could actually probably get to the West Brom game where we secure safety and relegate them in the same.
I said weeks ago 2 more points from where we are now.
It's just when that goal went in, there was a massive weight went off the shoulder. You just felt
you couldn't see it coming because we were just kept going and we just couldn't get that.
But if you look around you, like when you're celebrating that goal, the whole ground was going mental. Yeah. It was like an away day scene, wasn't it?
It was, because as you say, it was so important. It was just, I think the whole, because bear in mind we haven't played for so long as well. And I'll be honest, for them whole 3 weeks I just kept thinking, God, this game's massive. That's all I kept thinking about was this game.
That was a proper one of those 6-point games because if we've lost that, they then suddenly catapult above us.
Well, imagine if we had lost that, the doom and gloom that would have followed that game. Exactly. It would have been shocking. It would have been worth even opening social media apps.
What is it? Is it?
Would have been right in the shit.
10 points down now between.
7, I think we're 7 off.
We're 7 off with the goal difference, obviously. So I would class that as a point.
That's that third bottom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah.
And then there's a point between third bottom and fourth.
In fact, not third bottom might be more. We're 4 from 10 points away from third bottom, man.
Oh, no.
Do you mean them from safety?
Yeah.
Hate how it does that. This fucking app.
We're sitting 12th now, aren't we?
Which is where we said
we said at the start of the season. We said 12th. We'll finish 12th.
Yeah.
I'll take it now. I'll take 12th now.
12th will be fantastic.
Is it now? Because
that's what I said. If we can finish in that mid table. So
we're on 35. You've then got Southampton on 28, Stoke on 27, and then West Brom on 20. So
we're the only team around there that is still picking up points. There's a lot of teams below us now that are
Huddersfield
falling.
form the last few games.
Even Brighton,
horrendous.
We're above Brighton by a point, which is brilliant.
But Brighton, they're starting.
I think that bottom 3 that are down there will be the ones that go.
I honestly think Huddersfield could. I mean, mind you though, that Southampton West Ham game that shocked me, and I thought Southampton would have beat them because they're just getting Hughes, and when you think you have that manager scenario,
especially with the way that things were going at West Ham as well.
That's exactly that. But it was that was a real
that was a funny moment on Saturday when at the half-time scores.
Man City up.
West Ham 2, Man City 0. It's like, what?
I was like, my dad was going, Man City. They're not playing Man City. They're not playing them, man. Don't worry. But I definitely think Stoke and West Brom are done. And I think it's between. I actually think Palace are fine, even though they're right in it. But
Palace should have too much quality.
They've played Man United and they played.
But we've been there when we've had too much quality go down.
I agree, but them have been like. I mean, they should have been Man United.
They're struggling to score. I mean, they've got Benteke up front, and he kind of buy a goal at the minute.
But they were 2-0 up against Man United, weren't they? Then they were beating Liverpool. And the thing is, they're throwing leads away, aren't they? But I think when they play, I don't know if they've got left, by the way, but if they play anyone in the bottom half, I think they'll have enough.
Shall we have questions?
Let's do it.
Right, Matthew Milton was straight in there. At full time, straight in there. First question, and
we're in Maddie's.
Mark's already answered this question in my ear, so this one's up to you.
What's the question?
The question is from Matthew Milton: Which team do you like more? The promotion team of 2011 under Kevin Nolan's captaincy, or this current team under Jamal Lascelles' captaincy?
I'd have to say the other one.
He said that too.
I actually seen that tweet.
Any reason for that?
I'm not saying they were better necessarily, but
They were.
Maybe. I just there were some mint players in there, man.
Yeah.
There were pretty good players.
Better quality
Players?
team, but they still had the fight and desire that this team has.
Yeah.
I think the team that we've got now have got that fight. They've got that desire.
Yeah.
Put the man on man. I don't think they're as good.
No.
Do you loving it?
He said desire.
The way he said desire.
How did you say it?
Just a desire? I don't know.
Scottish funeral, man. It's Scottish.
Oh, what? My boy lollipop.
Oh my god! See, she got a
Desire.
I got my one desire.
That's what he's laughing at.
All right.
He took it himself. Right, Alex Johnson sends in.
I love both them teams, though. By the way.
Yeah, I don't. It sounds like you're almost.
But from a
saying you
quality
don't like this one.
skill point of view, I think
Sorry, Alex.
the last one was had that bit more quality.
Right, Alex sends in. Is there a more improved player at Newcastle in the past 5 years than Mo Diarmi? Excluding Paul Dummett. Also, did you spot his Zidane-esque flick?
That's what I was just talking about.
I think Diarmi's probably improved more than Dummett. Because for what everyone's saying, Dummett is improved,
5
right?
years.
He's still not great. He's better than what he was.
I
He's
think defensively
still,
he's absolutely.
Yeah, he's had a very good half a season.
Hasn't he? He's been amazing.
but is he great?
Whereas, to be fair,
Just because you're most improved doesn't mean you're great. Because you've
Diarmi's
been utter bollocks before that.
before he came, I mean, Diarmi's probably back to the level that
He was at
that
home.
he was at when he was at West Ham, at Hull. When he first came, his form dropped. So if you say most improved in his time that he's been here, probably, but
I can't think of anyone else on the top of my head. Think if you go back over the years and think who's been utter dross and then been really good.
James Perch, Mike Williamson,
No, they still never reached the level that those two are now.
Ryan Taylor. He became a. That's probably more than
That's
5 years now. Isn't it?
I take that Derby goal away and he probably wouldn't.
Nah, he was good.
He played left back. Out of
he
position.
played out of the park.
It's a
But
tough one, like.
it is tough. It is tough. It is. But
What about Lascelles?
you could say that because he was never.
He was poor, wasn't he?
Lascelles, every single game, he gets better and better.
Yeah,
I think he's got no limit at the minute. Like, I think he could go on and do really good things.
He's had
his career.
two good. I mean, last season he wasn't brilliant, was he? He was all right.
He's still iffy at times.
Yeah, I thought he was iffy like last season.
We talked about not even.
I mean, it was the hernia thing that then I started backtracking a bit and think, well, actually, if you've had a hernia for that long period.
Speaking about Lascelles, Michael Vance sends in, if Chelsea only agreed to sell us Kennedy...
No. I think he's always been married him.
If Chelsea only agreed to sell us Kennedy in return for Lascelles, would you accept Kennedy plus £15 million?
Wonderful.
Not a chance.
Wonderful.
Kennedy plus 15 million. Nah, that's not enough.
Not a chance. I wouldn't even entertain that.
It's only equivalent.
Lascelles is
Well, that's what they're talking about. 30 million.
No.
He's worth more than 30 million.
100%.
Look how much they paid for bloody John Stones. Look how much
it's not just...
Dick Van Dijk went to Liverpool for.
It's not just the money,
I don't think he's all that, you know.
He's
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, you watched the game on thinking we're going to shake.
How much was
He's not that good.
70, 80 million he went?
75. I don't think he's that good, mate. Like.
The thing with Lascelles, right? He's worth a lot more than that to Newcastle United. He's worth more than money to Newcastle United right now.
Well, that's the problem.
It's not just
what
money
he's
that
worth
he
for
brings
us.
to this.
Well, if you lost him, you're putting Clark back in there or someone, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it is ain't Lascelles. It just isn't on and off the field. Yeah. He offers so much, you know.
But it's
I would just,
it's actually the winner.
If Chelsea said, "Oh, you know, the only way you're going to get Kennedy is if we have Lascelles in any format. Forget about money. Just whatever the deal would have to be has to include Lascelles, no matter what it was. I would say no.
Yeah.
Unless it says 100 million plus Kennedy, you know, but other than a huge, unbelievable amount of money, then you know. But actually, no, it's not even 100 million because Ashley wouldn't spend it anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. But if they came in with a bid of £30 million,
he wouldn't accept that.
I bet he would.
Would he? For?
You can't. I don't think you can put a price on him.
What do you for?
I don't
he
think you can.
rejected 30 for Carroll 10 years ago, man. He's not going to accept 30 now. No way.
Right.
Get the 40 you.
Aaron sends in. Maybe it's just because we really want him to impress us.
Maybe.
But did Slimani look good?
Yes.
Or was it
yeah,
was it that rose tinted glasses for 10
He
minutes?
was all right, but I think I've seen Joselu play as well as that. I'm going to be very honest there. Like he was good, and I have said he was good. But how
he's moving.
Come on. I've seen Ben Offa play better than that. You hear Ben Offa? Yeah?
He had that goal scoring intelligence and.
I thought he was all right. He was all right. He was good. He was all right, but he was no more than that. He was no more.
But he didn't really get. He didn't get a chance, really, did he?
No, he never kicked the ball as I said, for about at least the first 5 to 10 minutes. He never touched the ball. But it wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. I'm just saying.
It was his movement and his runs and stuff like that. That showed a difference for me.
I thought his touch was very good.
Yeah.
Every time the ball got played into him, from what I remember, it was clear.
I think it was because I was expecting after his appearance for is it Algeria he plays for? After his appearance for them, there's a lot of fans that watched that game saying he looked completely off the pace, and he looked sluggish, and he looked like he just couldn't be arsed, and you could tell that he hadn't played football for so long. So I was expecting him coming on and repeating that.
Motivation levels are
And
different.
I think that's why I thought he'd done better than I expected, and I think that's probably why he's standing out.
He wanted to score a goal on Saturday.
Yeah. Right. While the Shimo says, well, hey, missed you lads.
Thanks, missed you.
Dan Johnson, he was in that one a couple of days ago. From the current bottom three, if you had to sign one of their players from each team, who would it be? And it has to improve our current team.
Southampton, Redmond.
Well, here goes Gabbiadini, Shaqiri and Gibbs.
I'd rather have Bertrand over Gibbs, me, like. But then again, I'll...
Good shout.
Yeah?
Bertrand's good.
Oh, he's good.
Bertrand more, Redmond. But saying that, then they've got Austin and...
And it's got to remember our team. It's got to improve our team.
The tough one is...
So unless we're getting... Unless we're getting Kennedy, Redmond would definitely come in and go straight in our team, wouldn't he? If they get... Redmond's going to get into one of the top.
He hasn't done much, has he, though, in all fair. I do like him, I'll be honest, but he hasn't done very much, has he?
Man, you've got Pep Guardiola tapping him up.
Yeah, I'll give you that. No, I'll give you that. Well, what was the other one? Sorry, you said two other names, didn't you?
He says Gabbiadini, Shaqiri and Gibbs.
Gabbiadini.
He's been quiet, hasn't he?
Do you know what's weird when you look at like
they've got some good strikers
at
Southampton.
They've got Long, Gabbiadini, Austin,
Healy.
I think another person they've got, and we've got fuck all.
There's Austin mentioned.
And we're still like
I cannot understand how Southampton are down there.
I'm the same, like, because they've got Redmond, they've got
the last 3-4 seasons they've been in the top, 7 or 8.
But having said that,
look at the FA Cup final 2 years ago.
Semis now. But you cannot keep selling your best players all of the time. You'll get caught out.
I'll catch up.
And losing manager after.
But they're replacing them though.
Yeah, but
the only one they haven't replaced is this season is Van Dijk.
But what I'm saying though is, yes, he replaced them, but you look like Tadic, so he's been off the boil, hasn't he? But I agree with what you're saying. You sell a player and you bring somebody in, but eventually
they've had 3 managers this season. Like
that ain't gonna help. Like that.
Right, Josh Wiley sends in, where's the Jamie Vardy lookalike gone with the beard?
I don't.
Is he?
Oh, is it? Oh, Jamie.
Oh, is it?
You reckon he looks like Vardy with a beard?
Does a bit actually? If he lost a bit.
Do you tell him that? He'll come fill you in. Right. And how on earth has Deka married when he puts tomato sauce on his Sunday dinner?
Exactly.
I think everyone's questioning that. Like,
well, you haven't tried it yet, have you? I bet you haven't tried it.
It's Nazi behaviour, though, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
No, I'm not touching kids. Like, I'm putting tomato sauce on my dinner.
Well,
I'm not touching kids. Like.
Some would say that.
Right, Darryl Mitchell Hills in there. How worried are you that Lascelles is getting linked with the move away when he is literally our rock? We've just discussed that.
Also, when you see the report though, does it like what he's asking? If you pick up the appearance against Chelsea, do you it all go oh shit, or do you just go?
No, the worry is that
depends
Ashley,
what happens at the end of the
season. Because I'm not worried, but I don't like saying it. It's the same. That's a funny one. I don't sit there and go like Carroll was getting.
He won't let him go for nothing, but
you'll never be enough.
You know for a fact,
if a decent bid comes in,
if they put the money in, he will go because Ashley will get rid of him.
Will he want to go? My worry's that more than Ashley, actually, and that might sound silly, but I'm more worried about him thinking, actually, this is my
worst case scenario. Imagine, right? There's an offer there on the table to buy the club, right? He sells Lascelles, then sells the club, because then he's making some of his money back straight away.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm.
Well,
and that's how he works and shit like that.
That's what I mean.
If Rafa didn't stay, because that was Lascelles' last interview, wasn't it? Yeah. With the Mirror thing saying he has to stay. If Rafa didn't stay this summer, he will be gone. I definitely believe that. Like,
yeah,
but the price,
and I think it might work.
The price would have to be right
if Lascelles gets sold without Rafa like having anything to do with it, he'll be gone as well.
Both of them are so important, aren't they? Equally, very, very.
Right, Dal Mitchell-Hill. Oh, we've just done him. He also he carries on saying, also impressed with the partnership he has formed with Lejeune. Clark is like a forgotten man. Reckon we can safely aim to keep him picking up points.
What, sorry?
Reckon we can safely aim to keep picking up points. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think we're not. I know people who go, "Oh, we'll beat West Brom," but I honestly think we'll get the odd little pot. We've got Everton to play still, haven't we? They're fucking great shit.
Leicester we could.
Leicester we might. You never know.
There's a Watford away as well. We've got that'll probably be.
They're shite then.
But
they're shite.
Fucking trounce with our
But it wouldn't surprise us if we got the odd draw here and there. We're not done for the season.
Oh no, that's it. We're picking more points.
Spurs away. The longer we go on.
If we ever play that.
No, I didn't fancy with it. Like, I'll be very honest. I think.
Right, Mon Carrick stands in. We'll fire through these. Sorry about the late question. Which is the best form of potato to eat for tea?
Sweet potato.
For tea. Mashed potato for tea.
With normal Maris pipers or
mashed
with
potato
sweet
and
potato.
beans is a shout. Like, do you not think?
You probably
Sweet
put
potato
tomato sauce on it.
Definitely, I put tomato sauce all over the mash.
Have you not had sweet potato fries? Oh, different.
They are, but
I love sweet potato.
They are really nice, but you just can't beat chips though.
You look a bit like a potato.
I love proper chips from the chip shop.
Yeah.
I would never get sweet potato chips from the chip shop.
I don't think you can get around the chip shop.
No, you can't. No.
I bet you can somewhere.
Do you not think?
Bollocks!
No, then you fuck.
Yeah.
Oh wait, come on.
I bet there will be.
Come on. You can't go to a chip shop and go, "Can I upgrade me fries?"
Sweet potato fries.
There's some chip shops out there that do sweet potato fries.
Some bullshit vegan one. Sorry, the vegans.
I went when I was in Edinburgh and I went to this shop and I got fish and chips today, right? But it was proper chip shop chips. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Do you know when people say proper chip shop chips?
Chip shop chips.
How many chip shops do you go to that own proper chip shops?
Loads.
Do you?
Well, especially on Just Eat.
Not
The
a chip shop.
The lie.
They're like a pizza
full
shop.
Polystyrene box of shit.
They do
do you know why they do
just
that?
oven
I bet
chips,
you.
aren't they?
Are you not going to a place where they're like? Do you know my pet hate about takeaways? Do you know when they're not just one takeaway and they do like curries and also do pizzas and all that shit? Nah. If it's chip shop, they do chip shop chips.
You're saying that, but have you ever been to Salim's in Lean Lane?
No.
Oh, my life.
Oh my life.
He's dripping.
I'll tell you what.
Salim's literally sell Indians, pizzas, kebabs.
They sell Indians. That's against the law.
That was good. Red chilli. You been to red chilli?
Nah.
That's the best. Red chilli. But the chips from there, they come in a little box.
But that, say even the name. The name is saying it's not a chip shop. You don't have a fish and chip shop.
You don't understand what I'm saying yet.
Red chilli.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I normally don't like a place that's not a chip shop chips. So if you get, normally they'll come in that.
That's because the oven chips.
These aren't chip shop chips, but they are still unbelievable. They've been here. They're fucking amazing.
Right. So what we're going for? I'm going for mash. Good old mash. But with loads of butter.
I like cheese in my cheesy mash.
Cheese improves
every
every
Philadelphia.
food. Cheese does improve every single food.
Do you have cheesy chips?
No.
Why I have someone's going to offer us cheesy chops? Because I was.
I didn't like.
Do you want blue panda pop?
And it probably is nice. Sorry.
Nah,
cheese improves every dish.
I love cheese. I love chips.
So dinner.
Not together.
Well, if you think tomato sauce does.
I was just wondering what your thoughts would be.
I do actually. Cauliflower cheese.
Oh, fuck off.
You like cauliflower cheese?
I didn't like cauliflower.
I don't think you can judge anyone's Sunday dinners right now, mate.
Cauliflower cheese.
You haven't tried it though.
Lovely.
Right. Kevin Monaghan's back.
Young Mono.
If we can only sign one out of the 3 loanees from January,
I was just going to ask that same question.
Who would you like us to keep? I'm saying Dubrovka. I go straight off.
Dubrovka.
That's
3.
It's got to be him.
Who's the 3?
Kennedy, Dubrovka, and Slimani.
Oh, well, he's not.
You can't even judge him, can you? It's got to be the keeper.
Dubrovka.
Has to be.
I don't know you now.
It's a no-brainer,
Kennedy scored a couple of important goals. I don't know. It's a tough one.
For 4 million quid or something he's going to cost. It's got to be the keeper.
I know, but he's not talking about money though, is he? He's just saying you can sign one.
I suppose.
I think people's attitude would be, we can find another keeper somewhere. You're going to find another Kennedy somewhere.
If you look at it that way, to be fair, we've got 3-4 good keepers on our books anyway.
Are they good? Are they good? I don't know.
They're
not good.
They're good, but he's better than them. Yes. He's improved that team massively.
If Kennedy's not in the team, who've got to replace him?
Atsu.
That's him?
Yeah. That's
Is he consistent enough?
Murphy?
Oh, Atsu's not too. Oh, Murphy. Oh,
Jesus, the
forgot about him.
Right,
Man.
before we start slating him, Deka,
I haven't done no yet.
Aaron, we'll end it on Aaron.
He's shite, though.
He sent some daft ones in as he normally does.
Aaron.
funny.
What, Rolando?
Rolando sent some in.
Oh, do you mean Arun?
Arun.
He retweeted some last the other day. Did you see? Oh, I have to have a think what it was. It was amazing. Anyway, continue. Sorry. He tweeted some bird who was.
You have to say Arun,
Right,
because he said that's his real name.
Arun.
And that's how...
You can call it Arun?
Arun Gurewal.
Like Fashnu?
Arun!
Right, he sends in another 3 questions. Right, we'll be as quick as we can with these ones. Chips or wedges?
Chips.
Depends what with.
Chips.
Whoa, but what kind of chips?
Chips.
What about if the chip shop
Actually,
chips?
do you know
Sweet potato, right?
Polystyrene.
what's your thoughts on chips from the Chinese? Hey, I think they're
It depends.
unbelievable.
No, you get some shit chips from a Chinese.
Oh,
I would prefer not to have chips with me Chinese, and just more rice.
fuck off.
No, if you haven't,
Unreal.
if you haven't,
Do you reckon that
if you
actually
haven't
have
curry,
chips
you've got to
in
have rice
China?
and chips. What? They don't have potatoes in China.
What?
I didn't say that. Do you think
just
with
did.
Chinese food
You
they'll
don't
have
think they've got
chips?
chips in China?
But do you think they eat chips with the fucking chopsticks?
Nah, they-
Not a chance.
Some of the
rice.
ones that, I want to be a bit rough and hard and that.
A bit European.
If I'm having Chinese, I only
chips
I
for mine.
get. Oh, actually, I get chips.
Oh,
If I'm having
son!
curry,
no, but
half
honestly,
rice, half chips. If I'm having salt and pepper chicken, I get chips with curry sauce. With salt and pepper chicken.
You need
chips
rice, man.
anyway.
Salt
Right.
and pepper and chili chicken.
Wedges are alright.
Dogs or cats?
Oh,
Dogs.
dogs.
Ooh, I'm
I
got
hate
cats.
cats.
What?
Fucking
It's so much easier
wrong
working
in
than
you. No, they're not. They're sly little bastards.
but there's so much
Oh, he's
easier.
right there. They are. He's kicked them out.
Well,
Crack on.
sly
You just go.
cats.
Ta-ra. See you soon.
But dogs are mint though.
I
Dogs
hate
are much
cats.
better.
But you can't go on holiday and shit when you got a dog.
Did you
Unless
see
it's
that video on
someone
Twitter?
watching.
Oh shit, by the way.
No.
That's like crying about it, like it was fucking horrendous.
Oh yes, I did see it. I was shocking.
Really bad shit. That. But anyway, sorry. Yes. Continue.
Would you rather be alone for the rest of your life, or have Lee Lola as your friend?
Fucking.
Am I gonna answer this one because you can't really?
Next question.
Hello.
You solved the big issue there.
Big issue. Hello, big issue. Hello.
Right, he also says,
Hello.
would you rather shag
That's
Katie
on Fans TV.
would you rather shag Katie Hopkins or Katie Price?
Oh, Katie Price, 100%.
Do you know what puts me off about Katie
would have
Price?
a massive fanny,
Do you know what puts me
wouldn't
off?
she? She's had like 20 kids.
And just had
Dwight York's been up her.
and Dane Bowers'
Yeah.
big toe.
Aye, true. That's a funny one, that, isn't it?
There's no way I'm going anywhere Dane Bowers' big toe has been.
That's Kate. What's she called? The other Katie, the fucking the daft one,
The horse.
the horse one.
Yeah.
She's a bit filth. Can you not remember when she,
In the farm.
she
In
was
the
getting
thing,
humped in the
Who?
fields?
Fields,
Oh, Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Alright.
Hasn't she got... What's she got? She got some disease, hasn't she? She had? Didn't she?
Oh, she got
got something when she was away?
collapsed in
I was hoping she
Africa
might
or
come
somewhere.
back.
Didn't she?
AIDS.
No, what did she get, man?
I'm
Ebola?
not checking out. She's got
Did
AIDS.
she get Ebola or something?
Fucking wish.
No, she did get some hepatitis or she got something bad, didn't she?
Gonorrhea.
No,
Gonorrhea. Gonorrhea, man. You
Bullets,
daft
man.
shite. She's
Yeah.
probably had that before,
Yeah.
like.
Hang on.
Hepatitis, some of
Right,
it.
hang on.
It was.
I have to find out what it is.
So who you going for? You got to pick one.
Oh, Katie Price, man. How are you, man?
Even though Dane Bowers' big toes
Come
been
with
up.
the monkeys, man. She got an ass. Didn't care.
His big toes probably been up our arse.
Well, we're doing that. We're doing it, so I'll crack on.
Dwight York's definitely been up her arse.
I'm getting flashbacks of that big toe. It's rank.
What's she? Katie Hopkins, isn't
He's
it?
got a massive big toe, like, hasn't he?
It's the most deformed toe I've ever seen.
But to be fair, it's probably bigger than his cock.
Go on, just take
This has gone downhill, hasn't it?
surgery to end.
Well, it's got to be Katie Price, doesn't it, really?
Of course it does. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if anyone wanted to touch her, just, you didn't talk to her again. If you were going to say, oh, I'll take Hopkins over here. Look at her, man. You're not taking her. Look at this, man.
It looks like she's just been twatting her in the face with Dane
it's,
Bowers'
not,
toe.
it's not the best picture she's ever had taken, that one, is it?
Well, that's meant to be our best.
She looks very horsey.
Oh, where is it again, man? Where's what disease did she have, man? She was away and she was
in Africa, wasn't
Aye, she was
stuck in the
Right,
street.
Shall we call it a night?
Is that the...
Tell about epilepsy.
I think so, mate. I think that's about it. That'll do.
She definitely had Ebola or something, you know. It was something pretty, it was
It's a
something pretty,
fucking Ebola.
no, it was something pretty bad.
Legionnaires.
And I thought
Showing us bowler.
she might never come back here. That's what I thought.
Show around here.
Right, we're finished.
Think so?
Aye.
I've got presents for you.
Oh, I love presents, mate.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
It's a bill.
That's not a bill.
Oh, South Africa, hang on. If I type in South Africa, because it came up there. Oh, shit.
It's going to be an Easter egg. I'm disappointed now.
Fucking I guess it back then, you ungrateful shit.
Yes! Look at this, bad lad.
Oh, I still can't. Sorry, I can't find that. Right, look, oh, best in the world.
Medium, thanks.
You wish.
What's that? Mine better be a small. Is it? Oh, it's a large, sorry. No. Do I have to wear these every week?
No. Because we'll look like fucking massive knobs while wearing these.
I would, wouldn't.
We need like a squad photo taken, like.
Walk up to the
Come on,
camera.
Rafa.
I do a big salmon at the chip shop. Like chip shop chips.
Chip chop chips. You got chip chop chips.
Excuse me, mate, you sell sweet potato fries.
I was watching it when I was away. My ass had to tell you when she was getting ready, and it had like bloopers and stuff of like football, and it was that. It was they were talking about that moment in the interview with Big Sam about it, and he says, "Have you ever seen the Photoshop of you in the
he
chip shop?"
mentions it, doesn't he?
And he's like, "No." So they show him it. What is it? Oh, that was it. Sorry, yes. She never disease at all. She had been taking ket when she was away. That was what it was. And obviously she fucking passed out.
No
Good
ket
handle.
or?
And then the ambulance had to come and get her because she had ket. That was it. So she should die. Next thing was though, no, honestly, I believe that. Big Sam though, they showed him the picture and he thought it was hilarious. He was proper like screaming, laughing. But anyway, yeah.
But it
Well,
is,
thanks for the
that's
t-shirt though. Thanks. Wow. You're gonna get one Kitty Hopkins on the front next time.
I'm gonna. He hasn't checked the back of his shirt. Says Hopkins.
Hopkins 69.
Ket.
Bauer's big toe. Right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for the t-shirt.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks to our sponsors, IGC, International Glass Consultants Limited,
Oh, and what they're called?
and
Guglielmo.
Guglielmo.
They've currently got 35% off.
On tiger heads, bear heads, soon to be. What's next? I haven't seen.
Bears.
No,
Bears
bears,
just got
bears are
released.
already out now.
Bear USA, remember them?
I think
I've got a bear jumper.
What, Bear USA one?
No.
Oh, you mean just a bear one?
Just got a bear on it.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh.
Golden Bear. Do you know whose make that is? The Golden Bear?
Golden bear.
Golden Bear.
It's Jack Nicklaus's make. They call that.
Right,
It's Golden Bear. isn't it?
right, yours is gone. Right, back in the game.
That's
Yep.
polo golf shirts, isn't it?
Like, I bought... It does more than just that, like, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We'll beat Leicester as well. All the best.
Alright, lads!
I hope she dies. Are you kidding?
That's true. Keep it in, by the way.
I'm keeping it in.